On today's episode of Build, Leverage, Enjoy, I need you to hear my heart on this, not just the words. So, if you've been in business for a year, and I mean really in business for a year, like you put sweat equity in it. I don't mean just plan and write on a whiteboard and talk about it, but I mean you've committed your time, your energy, your heart, your soul for a year or more. This one is particularly for you, okay? I need you to understand something. What has been put in you to birth, and that being a business, most likely no one else is really going to understand, right? Your family will love you, your friends will love you, and they will support you in the way that they can, but you have to understand that if they haven't had the same experience, then they can't really understand the travailing and the struggle that you're going to go through or that you have gone through. And you need to understand two things. One, that it's okay, right? That just because they can't support you in the way that you need while you're enduring or building a good business doesn't mean they don't love you. However, it also means that the advice that they give may be ill-placed or ill-advised. Give you an example. Let's say I was a doctor, right? And, I delivered babies, okay? And let's say I've delivered 100 babies, right? But I don't have any kids of my own. Can I really describe to the woman who comes to me what a cramp is? I can tell her from my experience and what I've seen in others that the cramps will come and go. But I don't know what a cramp is, right? We'll make it even more. Let's say the husband who loves the wife, right? He adores the wife, and he's truly elated and he's excited that they're having their first child, and he may even get those sympathy pains and the sympathy weight. You know what I'm talking about, where the guy gains 20 pounds when the pregnant wife gains 20 pounds. But even with that, he can't advise her on what it's like to be pregnant. And he loves her. He gets up with her every time. He, sympathizes with her pain. He walks with her. He goes to all the doctor's visits. But he can't tell her how to be pregnant. He can just love her the best way he knows. And that's the same thing for your family and your friends and your loved ones. They love you from the way that they know, but they won't understand the pain. So why is this important? The first 5 years of business is going to be trouble. I mean, you're going to have to unlearn, learn, test, try, fail, all sort of stuff. You've seen the previous episodes, so you already know. And it isn't until about that 5-year mark that you start really getting some traction. Your reputation is coming out there for the results that you have. But about year 3, your friends are going to, if it hasn't started, really succeeding, your friends are going to be like, you need to get a job. Your mom, your dad, your uncles, the people that you look up to say, maybe you need to get a job. And they're doing that not necessarily because they believe you're a failure. It's because they love you and they want what they believe is best for you. And what I'm telling you is, weather that storm, because what's in you, if it's truly in your heart to be a business owner, then it doesn't matter if it takes 1 day or 20 years. It will come forth if you don't quit. Okay? So get used to being alone. And yes, sometimes that means you're gonna have to be lonely, but understand that it's for a purpose and it will bring forth if you don't quit. And don't worry about your family and friends. They'll be there when you succeed too, right? And then they're going to be saying that they were part of the reason. And in an indirect sense, they are, okay? But this is for those guys and girls that have already been out there grinding for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you're not seeing any results. Here's the secret. You're not supposed to. It is 5 years. Come back when you try for 5 years full time. You tried every marketing effort that you can think of. You try everything that you can imagine, and it still don't work. Well, then probably it's the idea at that point. But until then, keep grinding. Find that quiet place where you can re-energize yourself and get back out there. If anything else, I've been there, right? This is year 7 full-time for me. So I know what I'm talking about, okay? If you have any questions on how to navigate that process, just let me know, and I got you, okay? All right, you guys be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow.